Parents of Reddit, what was the worst thing you got caught doing by your children? Not my personal story, but I have a friend who when she was about 10 or so walked in on her parents going at it. Rightly horrified, she ran downstairs to the basement and promptly walked in on her older sister and some guy going at it too. She says that she didn't talk to any of them for a week. Poor kid. This is the best one in this thread. If it were some slapstick comedy movie, she'd run out into the garden and see dogs and squirrels going at it too. Each with their own. Not me but a friend of mine. He self-medicated with alcohol and drank around his kids almost constantly. One occasion he was angry about something one of the kids did. His youngest daughter went to the fridge and handed him a beer and told him he needed to calm down. He hasn't had a drop since. Damn. It's a good thing that scared the drink out of him. If that didn't do it, I don't think anything would have. My friend with a problem tells this story like it's so cute and funny, but it's kind of sick. She was having a mental breakdown as usual when her 4-year daughter goes, "Mommy, have a drink, you'll feel better." Not a parent. I couldn't sleep one night. For some reason I was wandering around the apartment. I saw the balcony doors were open and my mom was sitting on the railing of the half balcony ledge with her legs dangling out, probably thinking about jumping. She could have easily just scooted forward a couple of inches and gone over the side, 7th floor. I started sobbing and begging her to come in. She did eventually, calling me an idiot, stupid, ruining everything. She's an alcoholic, so I saw a lot over the years before I moved out at 19, but that one stays with me. Edit, typo. Holy fuck, bro. Jesus. That is rough. I am sorry that is what you went through. My wife and I during one of our rare copulations were doing it on the couch. I had like a 30 seconds orgasm that was loud and proud. The stairs to our house have a landing where you look around the wall and see the whole living room. After my unusually and exceedingly long orgasm, I hear my 6-year-old's voice emanating from the stairs asking, "Daddy, why are you laying on Mommy?" Going, "Oh, oh, oh, ah." I stubbed my toe and it hurt so much I fell over on Mommy. Go to bed, and he did. I'm pretty sure he'll put it together when he's old enough. Ow. I stubbed my toe and accidentally undressed your mom, and then I fell over and my dick fell into your mom. When my daughter was in elementary school, she needed a jump drive for something. I gave her one that I knew was okay. The day that she needed it, she tried it and there was some kind of a problem with it, so I grabbed another one to give to her. You probably already guessed it. There was that folder on there from when I was tossing away an old backup hard drive. She must have opened it up. She did not tell me about it until she was about 19. All I could do was say whoops. For a second, I thought you meant she was doing a presentation on the perils of artificial intelligence. A jump drive? Are you a spaceman, sir? I'm not a parent, but I caught my dad having an affair on my stepmom, with my mom. Luckily I didn't see anything horrific. Does this mean we're a family again? Did you like your stepmom? I talk alone all the time. My children are under 2. Soon, they'll realize their mom likes to discuss with herself. Oh well. Your children are under 2. They're perfect for this, as you can just talk to them instead. Same result, and now you can do it in public. My 5-year-old, who was supposed to be sleeping, decided to barge into our room while I was on top of my significant other. I was already yelling no, no, no while the door was opening, so he only got a glimpse while tearing around to shut the door. I threw some clothes on and followed him out to tuck him back into bed. He asked me what I was doing in top of Dad, so me, being my quick thinking self, told my son that I was cracking Dad's back. LOL. Son says, "Oh, like Dr. Kevin? My chiropractor." I said exactly like that. Hopefully that's not how Dr. Kevin cracks backs. I think you need to have a frank discussion with your husband on what is going on with Dr. Kevin. Daughter caught me drinking straight from the milk jug. This can mean two things. That happened to me as well. I played it off as it's okay to drink from the jug if you're going to finish it. Then I proceeded to finish it. There was like 3 glasses worth left. I had no intention of finishing it before, but I had to sell the lie. Not actually bad, but my wife had wanted to rearrange our bedroom closet for a long time but just couldn't find the time with our, at the time, 2-year-old son constantly underfoot. She was out of the house one afternoon, so I decided to surprise her by taking out all the clothes and putting them back the way she wanted. My son was watching and saw me drape her many skirts and dresses over my arms and shoulders so I could move them out efficiently. My wife came home, and when she asked him what we'd been up to, he casually said, "Papa was wearing your clothes." My wife shot me a weird glance and I gave her that "I'll explain later" hand gesture. That's part of the nonverbal communication every couple develops after many years together. I'm over a foot taller than her and close to 2.5 times her weight, so I'm sure the mental image that flashed in her head was very confusing. Edit, and by confusing, I mean traumatizing. Holy shit, how tall are you if you're over a foot taller than her? When my son was about 7 or 8, me and the wife were getting it on in the early hours of the morning. My wife said she locked our bedroom door, and to this day she would swear that she did. We were being very quiet, but he walked into our room so quietly we didn't hear him. All of a sudden I hear my wife say, "Jake." I turned my head and there he was, just standing next to the bed with a very confused look on his face. "I think your son is Nightwalker 44. He explains how he got into your room while you were boning." Few comments up. "I used the pick the lock of my parents' bedroom to let our dog in at night. She would stand at their door. I never went in or looked in or anything, but looking back I now realize exactly why it was sometimes locked. Thought maybe accidentally left it locked. I just crack open door enough for dog to get in and close it again." This isn't a parent story, but when I was about 14 years old I used to wake up every early morning to go visit my grandparents who lived right next to me. It was about 7 a.m. and I went into their house. I didn't hear them talking, nor were they making food, so I was concerned. I opened their bedroom door and I was scared. Lol, caught them having sex, missionary, on the floor. My grandpa didn't bat an eye, but I made eye contact with my grandma for half a second before I shut the door and ran back to my house next door. I laid in disbelief and felt as if I could never see them face to face again. Thankfully my grandpa and I talked normally later that day, so that was good. Lol. Having a depression nap/sob in bed. I wasn't doing anything wrong, but I wish she hadn't seen. At least until she was old enough to understand. Seeing mom or dad being human, falling and failing, or breaking down are wonderful lessons. It teaches them they don't have to be perfect either. It teaches them empathy and love. When your child is old enough, it will click and they will appreciate you all the more. Stay strong. Man, I know that feeling. Now that he's older and can comprehend things so well, I'm better about it, but I've had a few huge breakdowns in front of our son. Saying I wish I was dead so his dad could find someone to be a better mom for him, that kind of thing. Haven't done it since before he turned 2, so I'm sure he won't remember, but I still hate that he saw me like that. Edit, wanted to say I never said any of that to him, but to my husband while our son was in the room. Not the parent but the child in this story. We all moved in with my grandma as times were hard. My mom really hated grandma, to the point apparently she didn't even want to walk through the house to pee. We were all watching a movie in my mom's room, and I see a can of Lay's stacks, like Pringles. Popped that sucker open and tilted it down to get me some chips, but got covered in my mom's piss instead. She was peeing in a Lay's can. Went straight to the shower and they never knew, but WTF. WTF indeed. Upvoted so it's higher up and everyone can say with you, WTF. Caught my dad wanking to an episode of Jerry Springer once. Not a parent story as my kids are still babies, but that was horrible. Dad never knew I saw either. What was going on Jerry Springer? Dear God, you poor soul. Not a parent, but a forever scarred child. I think I was like 10 when this happened. I had recently discovered the wonderful world of picking locks with bobby pins and walked around the house checking for locked doors I could pick. I found a door that was locked and it was my parents' bedroom door. I proceeded to pick it and saw my dad's naked ass sticking up in the air, and that's about it before my mom yelped when she realized the door was open now. I quickly shut the door and ran to my room 2 floors down. I stopped picking bedroom door locks after that. Edit, my name is not Jake. That would have been one hell of a coincidence though. Is your name Jake? Your dad was also busy picking your mom's lock. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.